What's up, land of the free? That's you, America. My name's Ben Bickford. What do you call a mean potato? A dictator. Anyway, I made a video before. I don't think too many people watched it, or they did. Nobody cares really. But if you can listen to a dog fart to a dubstep beat, give me a couple minutes of your time, America. I'm not to toot my horn, but or not to show Flash Gordon, nothing like that. Did 7 years active duty military. I was in the 82nd, the 173rd. I was in Iraq, Afghanistan, Kosovo, the whole cha-cha. Trained foreign militaries for war, freaking, you know, did the damn thing. Anyway, I went back over to Afghanistan as a private security contractor and did about 3.5 years there. I did close protection for American lawyers who mentored the Afghan lawyers to prosecute the Taliban through the Afghan court systems. Yeah, we weren't really liked, and I was ahead of their security, their everyday movement, blah, blah, blah. And I'm only really saying this just because, like, you know, I've accomplished a lot in my life, and I accomplished a lot in the military, and now it's like I walk around having flashbacks, and this isn't me. It's kind of scary. I have nightmares, and trust me, I'm trying to be the pebble, the ripple, the wave in the tsunami to get my message across, and I think it's kind of fallen on deaf ears, or nobody gives a shit, really. And if you don't give a shit, that's fine. But I gotta spill this. You know what I mean? So anyway, it's kind of like I've been screaming the national anthem at a Super Bowl, only there's no music. Cricket, cricket. Anyway, after I walked up the center median on I-5, the Reading VA transported me down to the Mather Field Veterans Hospital, where I was admitted to the Crown Factory. Crown Factory is just another name for the loony bin. Gotta laugh at something. So while I was up there, I got into a residential inpatient treatment program called the Effort, and it was just for VA, and it was brand new, so I decided to do that. And this is so out of my element to seek help like this, but when you take hella sleeping pills and try to tie yourself to the freaking train tracks, but you take the sleeping pills before tying yourself to the train tracks, you don't get a good knot, and you tend to wake up, and the train was coming, and I just kind of jerked my foot, and that was that. Whatever. The reason that I've tried to commit suicide is nightmares. I have a nightmare every night, every time that I close my eyes, every time I think about sleeping, I have this thing. And it's a bunch of Iraqis and Afghanis standing naked in this turnstile line like they're waiting on a ride, only it's me that's apparently the ride, and they're taking turns raping me over and over and using the blood from my anus as war paint. Well, they just stare at me in my face. It gets old, and I've had this dream 6 years running, and it gets old, trust me. So when I have flashbacks, smells, noises, whatever, unexpected noises mostly, and it sends me on to a full-on, like I'm in Afghanistan shit. And this one that I'm talking about, when I was at this residential in-house treatment program, lasted about 15 miles. And during those 15 miles, all I'm doing is looking for, like, Taliban, broadside bomb, suicide bombers, blah, blah, blah. Everything that I know isn't out there, like, up here. Like, I know it. But when you have a flashback, it's a crazy experience. And they're happening more frequently, and they're scary, and they're dangerous, because I just go. And I rarely return to where started. And when I start walking, this has been about almost a 2-year journey that I've been walking. Staying at places for not too long, and I'm just walking around freaking lost. Anyway, during my flashback, during my flashback, I stopped at the Army Reserve Recruiting Center and knocked on the door, tears streaming down my face, ID card in hand. And I said, hey, this E7, open the door. And again, I'm not trying to bust nobody out, but damn, dude, come on, really? I said, hey, I'm a vet. You know, I've got PTSD. I'm lost. I'm from this residential in-house thing that I don't even know where it's at now because I'm not from here. And please help, brother. In arms, something. Patriot. Do you like vets? Human being? Help? Tears? PTSD? I don't know. If I was in that guy's spot, I wouldn't have done what he did and closed the door in my face, that's for sure. If I saw somebody like that on the street, I would stop and ask them if they were okay. But every time I walk, nobody picks me up. Whatever. That's what I'm good for, was walking. And this is the most reliable transportation I've ever had. And it's good that nobody really asked me for a ride, because it would be humiliating to tell them, no, I'm homeless. If you gave me a ride, I didn't know where to go. But anyway, so thank you for not stopping, America. Awesome. So during this flashback or whatever, I'm running down the street like a freaking banshee in flip-flops, and I walked up to Center Median I-5 with flip-flops because somebody stole my shoes. And it wasn't really that big of a joke when they didn't come back. So anyway, I wear a size 16, so it's not like I can go to the freaking mall and just pick out some size 16s. You know what I mean? I gotta catch Ross on the right day on the $20 deal and get an 18 and grow my toenails real long. Just kidding. Anyway, so during these freaking flashbacks, I'm just looking to get out of the situation and out of everything. And when I got back to the residential in-house thing, 15 miles later, I asked to go and get admitted to the loony bin because I don't know how to process this stuff. It's very new to me, and it's very fucking scary. And they didn't let me in. Long story short, they didn't let me in. They said I wasn't in danger of hurting myself or others, and one of the doctors goes, "Why didn't you just say that you were suicidal?" I said, "Because I'm not. That's what that's what I get treated for, and I'm not. I need to get. You know what I mean? Why lie about some medical stuff when you're trying to get help? Weird. Anyway, so I don't think that they were full. I've been admitted to the crayon factory about, I don't know, 4 times in the last 9 months. 5 times. Yep. So the VA knows about these dreams. They know about my PTSD. I don't know what happened. I must have slipped through the cracks. Or maybe I wasn't the squeaky wheel, which I don't like doing that. I mean, I don't like crowded places. I don't like hospitals. I don't like pretty much anywhere public. I'm like a homeless agoraphobic. Weird. But I don't know what happened. I got back. I had to hoof it all the way back to the residential in-house thing because they don't have transportation, and the lady that gave me a ride dropped me off and went home. So I woke up the next morning, and they said that you left, or you have to go back to the hospital because something was wrong with paperwork. And they said, you can't come back here till you do this. So basically, you're not a member of this place no more, and we can't help you because of the HIPAA law or something like that. And you have to now go on your own with no money in Sacramento, which I've never lived there before. Yeah, and get there to try to figure out what happened. Now, Matherfield from Stockton Boulevard from the residential place is a long way. I don't know about the light rail. I don't know about public transportation in Sacramento. Bottom line. So, anyway, I ride the thing to the 16th Street station. 16th Street station, the security guy on the light rail said that since I didn't have a ticket, I got to get off. And I'm lucky I didn't get a ticket for riding without a ticket. So I walked from 16th Street to Matherfield, and it took me 5 hours, something like that, 6 hours. But I didn't have any money. I didn't know how else to get anywhere except walk. So I did. By the time I got there in my flippy flops, my ankles and my feet were so swollen that, I mean, they looked like freaking 2 big old cans of Spam without the jelly. Weird. And the people at Mather didn't know what I was talking about not, about getting, or not having some paperwork filled out. They had no clue what I was talking about. So that went on into the night. I got a patient advocate the next day, and he walked me through everything. Anyway, I'm going to have to make another video. I love you, America. I really do. I'm a patriot.